So we are at the beginning of people losing their jobs right now, their money, their livelihoods, being automated out of their work, all of that. It's all coming, it's all here, it's all gonna happen. No matter what you view of the current politics in the world, look at it like this. It's meant to just be a giant wake-up call. Everyone who thought they were comfortable, everyone who thought they knew what they were doing, what's going on, everyone who believed that their beliefs were the right ones, no matter what side you're on, you're about to get your whole life shaken up. And it's gonna get crazy, shaken up into a world you don't understand. We were all born before all this technology even began, and now we're moving into a world with technology that can do things we don't understand. We're built essentially for a different era already, and we're not even that old. No matter how old you are, we're not even that old. And so the point of this video right now is there's a few different ways to deal with it. Because regardless of what happens, worst case scenario, even if we drop nukes, there are gonna be people who survive. Probably in like really distant country, rural places, but humanity is gonna continue. Let's just not worry about the outcome of humanity right now, right? Let's worry about ourselves, yourself. Are you gonna be fine? That's the main thing we need to work on here. Are you gonna be okay? And there's a few ways to respond to these things. You can respond in a way where you're angry, you're tied up, you're afraid, you're fearful, you want to hurt someone, you want to hurt the guy responsible, you want to hurt the people in charge. But you know what you can't do? You can't reach out and change anyone but yourself. And all you can do to maybe make things happen is to communicate. To potentially communicate with people doing this, to communicate with other people who have power and effect and changes over your life, is to communicate with them. And when you look at communication, what doesn't work is just intense, needless anger. What doesn't work is running into someone's face, yelling at them, calling them the devil, and trying to destroy them, trying to hurt them. Because not only is it gonna make things worse and not solve anything, it's gonna make your life worse, and it's gonna make bad things happen for you. And since we're right now focusing on how can you make yourself good in these situations, what you have to do, really, and it may seem crazy to some people, I've been working on it for months, but what may seem crazy to some people is that you really just need to relax. You need to relax and understand that you are going to be fine, and that you don't have to be angry and out of your mind. You can deal with this all while still enjoying yourself. Happiness is an internal thing. No matter what is going on in your life, your relaxation, your emotional state, and your happiness is an internal process. Don't allow it to rely on external things, because that's gonna put you in a bad situation. You can make up arguments that tell you, oh, no, how dare you tell me because this, and this. What if this happens and this happens and this? The point is, stop. You're working yourself up, and you're trying to convince yourself that it's okay to be fucking crazy. Or whatever it is, however you want to define it, to be out of your mind, to be out of balance, to be unhappy, to be crazy, all that stuff. What you need to do is look inside and find that peace and find that happiness and really try to take control over it, so that way you're the one who decides if you're happy or not, and not someone else, no matter what happens in the world. Unless you're a soldier on the front line of a war, or you're in a direct life or death situation, or you're in a very violent and you're caged up or whatever, you have the opportunity to decide if you're gonna have a good life or not. Regardless of what happens in the world, you get to decide how your life is going to be lived. No one else, you decide. And if you really want to make good changes happen, and you don't just want to let out anger, but you really want to have good things happen, people aren't going to listen to someone who is just calling for their head. People aren't going to want to help someone who is out of control, who is losing their minds, who is violent. You're going to be better, and your interactions with people are going to be better if you can still find that calmness, understanding, and joy inside of you, regardless of how crazy and bad the situation looks. And at that point, you are liberated from the anger other people have and then the fear other people cause, because you have complete internal control over your own facilities, of your own life, of your own minds. And in that way, you can also see clearer to not be caught up in things which will make your life worse. You can be more present and able to see things that allow you to make decisions that could potentially have a positive impact within your level of control, a positive impact. That's all what you have right now. Whenever you want to do it, you have that right now. It takes practice. It takes a lot of effort, and it's not the easiest thing in the world to completely change your mind and habits to do that. But you can do it, and you do have it. Every person has that inside of them. And you don't need anything else outside of you to do it. Everything you have and you need, you were born with, and you currently have right now. And you can choose to live in that peaceful, joyous, happy existence, and then approach whatever's going on in the world in a way where it doesn't have to hurt you. It doesn't have to be bad for you. And if enough people do that, you don't really need to solve anything, because we solve our own problems as people. You know, it's not your job. It's not your job. You can try to make it your job, but it's not your job to change people's mind. It's our job to change our own mind. And if you focus on you and change your mind to making you happier, that will begin to make the world a better place. That's a huge step, because you have a huge impact. And by you doing that, it starts to catch on, you know? One person does it. I'm doing it right now, and I'm sharing it with you, right? And then you see this, and maybe one person does it, and they share it with someone else. That's how it goes on. And as long as you stay consistent and keep doing it, it'll spread. It takes time, but it'll spread. And then suddenly, you don't need to have any crazy, huge, godly thing happen to start seeing more happiness in the world, because all you needed to really do to make the world a better place was to make yourself a better human. And you really have to think, how much are you getting in your own way right now? Because that's the only thing for most people in the world that stops them from doing that. It's only themselves. And you control yourself. That's the only thing you control. So how is it that the only thing you control is the main thing that's hurting you?